Man, I was not expecting this at all. First, Vern Lundquist, and now John Sterling? Man. So, for those of you that don't know, John Sterling was a long time play by play announcer on radio for the New York Yankees. Ah, man, I was not expecting this. I thought maybe he'll retire after this season. But man, the season just started. Major League Baseball season just started. This came out of nowhere. Unlike Vern Lundquist, he announced his retirement in advance, like a year or two in advance. This came unexpectedly. I thought that he might retire after last year's season, but I looked him up. He's still going until this news broke out, man. Oh, man. So, I'm gonna talk to you guys about this man, and then we're gonna go watch a video together. Alright, so. Man. So, last year, I got the Sirius XM Sports app on my phone. And then you can listen to sports teams from Major League Baseball, the National Hockey League, National Basketball Association, and National Football League, you know, and some college sports on radio. Well, John Sterling did the Yankees radio for a long time. He did. So I actually I listened to some of the games he did last year, Yankees games, and I gotta say, he's pretty damn good at it for how old he is. Um, he's really good. But yeah, as you can see, it says that he's 85 years old, so a lot of people, retire before they hit that age. But man, this this came out of nowhere, you know. So yeah, I listened to some of his games that he did last year, man, and he sounded pretty good. And he doesn't look or sound like he's 85 years of age, you know. Like when I looked him up, like how old is he? How old is he? And I was in shock. I'm like, wow. So man, yeah. The day after Vern Lundquist retired, we get John Sterling's retirement. Yeah. And I'm not a Yankees fan, but I'm also not a Yankees hater. Okay, I know there's a lot of Yankees fans and also a lot of Yankees haters because they're like one of the most popular teams in the league. Honestly, if the I'm a Houston Astros fan, even though I don't really watch their games, not because they're on a losing streak. I just don't really like the way the league is now, but I still want to hear some news about it. Um, the Houston Astros rival is the Yankees in the playoffs, but if the Yankees, I wouldn't mind if the Yankees make it to the World Series or win the World Series. I wouldn't mind that at all. And also, really like listening to the Michael Kay show, so they do talk Yankees baseball and other New York sports. Michael Kay is the television play by play for the New York Yankees. John Sterling did Yankees radio. And back in the 90s, John Sterling and Michael Kay did radio games together. Yeah, I read about that. Man, I was sort of looking forward to listening some of his games on the radio, because now I think I listen to more games on the radio than I do watching on TV. Yeah. But, yeah, I remember hearing some of his calls when the Yankees won that three-peat World Series from 1998 to 2000. He was calling those games. And his thing is, whenever the Yankees win, he's like, ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. That was his thing, man. I know some people, they find that annoying, but not me. I really like when he does that. That puts a smile on my face. So, oh man. Dang, man. On Jackie Robinson Day, April 15th. Jackie Robinson Day. That's where every player wears number 42 to honor Jackie Robinson, because he broke the color barrier. Yeah. And John Sterling's partner on the radio, her name is Susan. Yeah, there she is, Susan Waldman. They are great together. Man. Well, I'm sure the Michael Kay show is talking about this guy, so I listen to that show. I usually listen to them on demand, like a day later, because I listen to other sports talk shows as well. So, yep, I'll have to hear what they have to say. Alright. Now, here is how I found out the news. Because this came unexpectedly, right? Here's how I found out the news. This video. So I was watching a video, right? And you know how you scroll down and you see these other videos on the side? Well, this was the first thing on the list. And when I saw that, I'm like, you know, the title that says Yankees share their thoughts on John Sterling. When I saw that, I'm like, wait, what happened to John Sterling? So I looked him up, and then it said he's retired. So let's go watch this. Let's go watch and see.
Yes, John, the Yankees win. The Yankees win.
There he is.
The voice of not just a generation, but 3 generations of Yankees fans, 36 years in the booth, and John Sterling today announcing his retirement effective immediately and saying this: I am very blessed. I'm a very blessed human being. I've been able to do what I wanted, broadcasting for 64 years. As a little boy growing up in New York as a Yankees fan, I was able to broadcast the Yankees for 36 years. It's all to my benefit, and I leave very, very happy. I look forward to seeing everyone again on Saturday. And Saturday, of course, Sterling will be honored at Yankee Stadium prior to the game.
Well, I'll definitely watch that.
On Sterling's announcement.
He's the most unique human being I've ever met in my life. The biggest compliment
there's
I can
John
give
Sterling's partner
is that he's an original.
On radio.
There will never be another John Sterling. There just can't be, and that's the biggest compliment. Every day was a unique,
and
funny,
she's kind of old too.
Wonderful experience.
I love the guy.
They've been doing it a long time.
He's always been great to me, and that's why it was an emotional phone call that we had on Saturday. Because if you listen to him, Meredith, he doesn't sound like he's 85. He has defied.
No, not at all.
When it comes to his voice, and he's just amazing. He still sounds sharp. If you listen to the last game he did.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like he's sick, so that's good.
Still right there. Has a great rhythm. He's a great broadcaster. So I tried to talk him out of it, as I said, but he would have none of it.
His voice is legendary.
Man.
His calls have been legendary. You know, as many of you know, I grew up listening to Harry Kalas and Richie Ashburn. I was the kid falling asleep, like many of you, to the radio. Like, I have a romantic relationship with baseball on the radio, and you know, I'm bummed out about it, sad about it, but certainly just want him to be in a good spot and healthy moving forward, and know that, you know, obviously this is the right time and the best thing for John. So he'll be forever connected to the Yankees and a voice of for generations. You know, there's so many amazing calls, and you know, I probably in my own way imitate him at some point every day, making a call about somebody, you know, non si può, like, I mean, all of it. So he's going to be missed. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to hopefully celebrating him properly this weekend. But what an amazing life and career he's had, and hopefully now he can, you know, have a good quality of life moving forward.
I was saddened, you know, just, you know, what John's meant to, you know, Yankee baseball, you know, all around the country, and, you know, to the broadcasting.
Yeah, and they're in Toronto.
You know, parents, they listen to the radio.
Yankees are playing in Toronto when this happened.
You know, even going back and listening to some historic homers or, you know, big moments in Yankees history, and, you know, hearing John there, that's he's going to be missed. He's going to be missed.
Do you have a favorite home run call of his over the years?
Well, probably the first one, because I was sitting there next to him in the radio booth, and Bernie Williams hit a big home run, and all of a sudden he go, "Burn, baby, burn!" And I looked at him, and then, you know, people started like shouting that back at him, and Bernie liked it as well. And the fact that people started shouting it back, it became a cottage industry. He signed baseballs with different calls on it, so that's probably my favorite because it was the first.
There's a couple because I know the stories about them. One of my favorite one was that he got a letter from somebody. They wanted him to stop saying A-bomb from A-Rod, and then A-Rod told him that his mother loved it, and so John said, well, if A-Rod's mother loves it, I'm not going to stop. And the other one, I love Georgie Juiced one, obviously, Robbie Cano, Don't You Know, but the first one, I'll never forget Burn Baby Burn, because it just came out so instinctively, and it was just great.
I always think of him at the end of games when the Yankees win, going through is the Yankees win.
Do you know I've never seen that? Because I'm always downstairs. I have never seen him stand up. I saw it on film. I have never been there live when John goes into his Yankees win. I've never seen it.
I like the subtle. It'll be 1-2. There it goes deep left. Like just the instant rise
like that.
into it, and then where it's going to go from there. I love all those calls. I go back and make sure I listen to them when I know somebody's got a big hit or a big home run, whatever it may be. I'm going to absolutely miss that. There it goes deep left. I love that.
He was so witty, smart, like just the home run calls he comes up with. You know, we'll be sitting on the bus whenever we trade for somebody new, or, you know, somebody's first game. You know, we always kind of go back and forth. Like, hey, what's John going to come up with this time? What's he going to use? And you go, the last name, the first name. How's he going to do this? And, you know, he always outsmarts us and comes up with something great that, you know, the fans love. We love as players listening to it. So, you know, John's a big part of this family. And we're going to miss him.
What are you going to miss most about seeing him on a daily basis in that radio booth?
Just his quirkiness and things he would say, and, you know, he would come into the television booth at Yankee Stadium all the time, and just before we were, you know, going to tape the open, and he'd go, "How you doing, my boy?" And I'll just miss seeing him every day. But we were, you know, one of the last things that we said to each other on Saturday, you know, we're going to continue to talk all the time, John. And I said, John, we'll talk forever.
John Sterling is something special, so why don't we cook up something special with Hexclad, the radio voice of the Yankees since 1989, called 5,420
Good
regular
Lord.
season games and
That's a
200
lot of games.
in the postseason, inducted into the New York State Broadcasters Hall of Fame in 2016, and a 12-time
Consecutive.
Emmy Award winner, of course, here on Yes, he's the host.
He never
of
missed a game?
Yankeeography. And, you know, we got some comments from Derek Jeter as well.
Wow.
On X or Twitter, if you like. Congrats to John
Unbelievable.
Sterling on an amazing career. I've had the pleasure of listening to and working with John for decades. He is a major part of Yankee history and will be greatly missed. Then our colleague Paul O'Neill saying, Seems like just yesterday you were calling our World Series in the 90s. It's been a pleasure working beside you in the booth. John Sterling, you will be missed. You will always be the voice of the Yankees to me. And it sounds cliche, but some people, they say, well, they broke the mold with that guy. Well, Jack, they broke the mold. And you can listen to some of those comments, especially from Susan Waldman, who knows him so well. He was a different cat, but so good at what he did.
We had the good fortune, of course, to call him a friend. He was distinctive. He was unique. I said this on the pregame show, but I feel the need to reiterate it. There are dozens of people who walk into the press box and the broadcast booth every day and every night to cover a baseball game. And for some, in a matter of hours, they're ready to go. It's their job. They finished it. John lived to be in that broadcast booth. That was his passion. He wanted to be there. He wanted to call those games. And as much attention as he got for the home run calls and the nicknames, which Michael and Susan and Meredith just talked about, and the Yankees win, and his powerful voice, he had deep knowledge about baseball. And if you listen to him until the end, he would talk about what a pitcher was trying to do on the mound. He would describe the difference between pitches, and you could just tell how much he lived and breathed baseball. And on a personal note, I started covering the Yankees in 1991. John was always very cordial and polite to me, and I felt blessed from above when he would say, hey, I really like that article or that column that you wrote in the New York Times. And so I appreciate that all these years later.
Yeah, he would not be classified as just a broadcaster, a showman, an entertainer. And while social media, Jack, isn't always the most positive space to be in, I encourage people to go find some things, some calls by John Sterling, going back to his days calling basketball, early games in the championship years of baseball. There's always, you're going to find something special with one of his calls.
Yeah, dig through YouTube or wherever else you think you might be able to find them. I remember him, Bob, going way back to when he hosted a sports talk show in the New York area. So he obviously was a Hawks announcer. He was a Nets announcer. He made his legacy, and the imprint that he has on most people is with the Yankees, but he was very varied, very versatile, absolutely loved what he did. And it's beautiful to see all the tributes that he's getting today.
Wow, man, it's always sad, man. I almost mentioned John Sterling when I did that video of me talking about Vern Lundquist. I almost mentioned him. And now 1 day later, man, he's retired as well. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Man, I was hoping I can listen to some more games of him because, like I said earlier, last year I started listening to some of his games, which was his last full season. Man, part of me wished the Yankees were in the playoffs last year, because if they were, they would have done those playoff games. And, on opening day, or opening night, I should say, the Yankees were playing the Houston Astros in Houston, and he was there. He was there. Let me show you. I think I have a picture of that. It's on X or Twitter. Yeah, he was actually there. Like, I thought he only does Yankees home games or around the New York area. Let's see if I saved it here. Yeah, I found it. I'll show you right here. There he is with Michael Kay, March 28th. Not that long ago, Wow. I don't know. I wonder what made him decide to retire. Is it because of his age, even though the season just started? That's why I was not expecting this, Yeah. Let's see here. Well, I will watch the Yankees pregame show on Saturday so that they'll honor Mr. Sterling. Look at this, man. 5,060 consecutive Yankees games from 1989 to 2019. That is hard to believe. 30 years. Wow. Look. Until he took 4 games off from July 4th until July 7th, 2019. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. There's a picture of him in the booth. Yeah, man. That is, what a career, man. You know what? I wonder what Bob Uecker has to say. Bob Uecker is actually even older than John Sterling, and he's technically not retired. He's actually still doing some Milwaukee Brewers games on the radio. Wow. Yeah, man. Oh. I'm kind of speechless, but, you know, when I listened to some of his games last year, he sounded great for his age. He sounded great. You know, man. So if any of you guys have any favorite John Sterling moments or calls, let me know. You know, I think it was last year, he got hit by a foul ball, and it bounced off of his forehead. Yeah, let me show you that video real quick. Okay, I'm back on here. Oh, my face cam's not there. Okay, now let's look this up here. John Sterling hit by foul ball. Watch this. This was last year.
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Ow! Ow!
Gosh,
Ow!
that's crazy.
It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far. So once again, it'll be a 3-2.
I can't believe he's okay.
And Holmes ready to deal.
He didn't really get hurt.
A ground ball to third. Donaldson squares, throws to first in time.
And he finishes
Ball
the game.
over. Yankees win.
Like a frickin'
The
boss.
Yankees win.
That's
You know, that foul ball actually hit me. It kind of glanced off my forehead. So I took one for the team.
Okay, John. My star of the game is Kyle Higashioka, who wants to know if you're all right. Are you okay, John?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
I am okay. Just a glancing blow.
Just a glancing blow.
Wow. Man, that is scary. And he's okay. Like, he kept calling the game, you know. Well, that was at the very end of the game, so. Yeah. Wow. Well, Mr. Sterling, you will be missed. Yeah, man. I was I was hoping for one more year, but I get it. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how I started listening to some of his games last year, which was his final full season, you know. John Sterling, Vern Lundquist, they will be missed, man. They will be missed. Those are two great voices, in my opinion, you know. So, anyway, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I did say in the other video that I might do a video listing, you know, my favorite announcers from different networks or radio or television. all that stuff. So thank you, John Sterling. We're gonna miss you. I know Yankees fans will. Yeah, on Jackie Robinson Day. So, like I said, not a Yankees fan, but I'm not a Yankees hater. So I wouldn't mind if this team gets in the World Series or even wins the World Series. You know, since I really like listening to the Michael Kay show where they talk New York sports, even though I live nowhere near New York. I just started listening to it, and I became a fan listening to that show. You know, it's great. So anyway, Mr. Sterling, enjoy your retirement, and I will watch the Yankees pregame show this Saturday. Bye-bye.